How much time should we set aside for ideation? Whew, it's a good question. The first question I'd ask, how much time do you have? Because we have people of all different backgrounds. I would prefer if you come to me and you're like, Sean, I'm a business owner. I want to start creating content. I want to start YouTube. I can get you an hour a week. I'm going to work with your hour. I can get you 5 hours a week. I'm going to work with your 5 hours. And based on how much time you have is how we're going to split up your time. The second question is, how much are you executing and how well are you executing? As I actually get to your actual question, I think we should increase the amount of time on strategy, thinking, ideation, because sometimes it gets a bad rap. Like there's that quote that says success is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. You got to put in the work. You got to rise and grind. You got to hustle. Yeah. But also there's a lot of people who work really, 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 really hard and the results suffer. They need to be working smarter, more strategic, better ideas, better ideation. If you have time, number one, and if you are executing and the results show it, you are publishing, you are producing, you have momentum, even better. If you've got a little bit of margin, a little bit of money, a little bit of momentum. Well, now I would argue, how much time should you set aside for ideation? A lot. And here's what ideation is to me. Going for a walk is ideation. Reading books is ideation. Going to cool places on the Las Vegas Strip and getting inspired is ideation. Going to events is ideation. Because talking on Coffee with Candle to guests is like, even though we are actually creating content right now, there's a lot of things that go into good ideation, many of which don't just have to do with sitting down in front of vidIQ or something. That helps too. You experiencing and immersing yourself into the world and into the culture of your viewers, you reading books directly related to your niche, adjacent to your niche, and unrelated to your niche. All these different things create connections between synapses, fire off different neural pathways that inspire our minds, spark our spirits, and help us produce our best content possible. And success might be 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration, but that 1% is pretty dang important. I'm not a big like manifest things guy. Sorry for anybody that's respect if that's your thing. Like I'm not a big like law of attraction guy, because sometimes the idea of that stuff is like, man, I was just dreaming it up and then I saw a car in my driveway. And people who probably really know that, like, no, that's not what it is. But people that literally like, I'm just attracting abundance into my life. Like, no, you're not. You're lazy. Like ultimately, you get results by working. However, your thought life, the book Think and Grow Rich is true. Like if you don't think it first, like how you think, thoughts become, behaviors become actions become habits. Well, they have to actually translate. So if we do need to think better, and if we think smarter, clearer, we come up with better ideas, and the work we put behind those ideas is better. So I hope that's helpful. I think some of the things for ideation can also produce a lot of health, nature, get away from the computer, get in some conversations with some real people, buy a plane ticket, fly to an event. And what you come back with a lot of time is next level ideation, and you got to create margin for that. If you enjoyed this podcast and are ready for some deep dive YouTube strategy, just go to thinkmasterclass.com to get access to my 1 hour on demand YouTube strategy class. You'll be looking over my shoulder as I share my best tips, and you can watch it on demand right now at thinkmasterclass.com.